Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to the Crust. I didn't do a heck of a lot between episodes. I let a little bit of time pass because we needed to get some things sorted out. One of them was getting all the Regolith out of here, which we've done now. We still have quite a bit in these two containers, so I want to clear them out. And I'm going to have to rethink how the slag is going to work. It's probably still going to be here, but I'm going to need some to feed back. And the nice thing about these junctions is that you can prioritize inputs and outputs. So we'll see how that all comes together. But this area is going to be for all the oxides that'll be coming in from the new outpost, or many of the new outposts. I'm also not sure exactly, if we have a look at the outposts, I'm not sure exactly how the rare earth stuff works because it doesn't actually show up here, even though this truck, it's empty right now. Is it on its way there? No, it's on its way back. Empty. Can't be. That's okay. Well, let's play. This is still mining, and this is coming back empty. That's odd. Maybe it's because the outpost is full. That's possible. So I'm going to need to start getting all the stuff back. I've put another storage in here, and I wanted to set it to the rare earth stuff to see if it actually gets stored. In fact, let's do that right now. There. Because it's not showing up in this list by default. So I'm not sure where it's going, but the truck was delivering it. And then I'm going to have to see how I get that back and where it goes exactly. But all the regular Regolith from the MDRs that are out in the field sending stuff straight back to base will come through here. And I have got a bin set up for the rare earths. A couple of them. Still got to figure that out. Got to figure out the ice. Anyway, back downstairs. All of these storages need to empty out as well. And there's a heck of a lot of Regolith in them. The rare earth stuff over here is almost finished. So that is something I'm going to have to watch out for. That's why I wanted to try and start getting some rare earth in. And then I can start filling up these bits. All of this is pretty much going to go and will be replaced by storage for oxides, which will then feed various high-tech machines and manufacturers, but also top these lines up. And I'll use those junction priorities to make sure that we are getting the maximum to the manufacturers and the balance can top these lines up. Anyway, I was thinking that at some point I'd need some more of these refineries, but it doesn't look like I'm going to because most of the refining will happen in the outposts now. Should be interesting, but we'll continue. I am doing research. Next research is the RTG upgrade that will take our RTGs, which I have added a few. So I'm now up to 20. These are each producing 20 power. That upgrade will take them all up to 24. So that's going to give me a big boost. Otherwise, everything else is fine. I'm not overloaded on any particular product. I need to keep an eye. Ooh, hello. Okay, well, we've still got some space, but I think while I'm here and looking at it, I'm going to put another one of these in and grab the conveyors and then just turn around quickly, mantle this one and throw that into there. Make sure I've got it right. And this will be duralumin plates. Good, our little storage area is starting to look quite full now. The next thing we need to worry about are the control units. That's starting to fill up. We are getting quite a lot of helium, so we're going to have to watch that one as well. Urgent contract. You know, I've been threatening to do these. It's on the moon. It's a small amount of items. There's only 100,000 reward for that, but I think I do have some trucks that are not busy. So let's try one out. We'll go in here. I mean, really, I think we're getting shafted on the amount, but I do have everything, so I can send it off. Let's show the location. Wow, look at that, right on the other side of the moon. Yeah, that's not very cool. I am definitely being done in. So we'll send the resources. We'll select a transport. Let's find one that's close to base. Behemoth doesn't look like it's doing anything. Cyclops is far away. Basilisk is also idle. And I think that one might be at the base. Hang on, which one is this? That's Behemoth. Strider. Oh, Basilisk. Okay, yeah, we'll use that one. Expedition settings, full all, and then just come back to base once you're done. And send. Now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to turn fuel on so that it moves a bit faster. Anyway, that wasn't the point. I think I need to just continue because there is a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. Well, here is the truck. It's coming to collect, and I think the little robots will start loading this up as soon as it parks. Maybe. Yep, here they come. That's perfect. What are the others doing? Hang on, let me just pop downstairs and find out where everybody's going. Oh, they're running in here to drop things off into these machines. Wait, didn't I turn this one off? What I had. I'm going to turn it off because I need to build up a little bit of stock of the nanotubes which keep getting used. Let's see, how are we doing here? Oh, this is a lower priority. I think I'll just pump it to normal priority. Maybe I'll just do high priority here. Let them load this up and get it out. Unless... oh, hang on, I think that truck's already gone. Yeah, it's loaded and going. Fantastic. That was pretty quick. Right, into the research. RTG, outpost storage, cool. I think my drone battery, I don't think that's really that important. Let's have a look at what is important. I'm quite keen on getting this. The next upgrade, or the final upgrade for the outpost refinery. So I'll add that to the list and push it up. I don't think anything else is any more important. Let's go and see if that storage is built yet and what is happening with it exactly. Yep, there we go. We have storage for it now. So it is showing. Does that mean that our truck will be delivering it? Let's hope, because there is some here. Now we do have... I want to find a fairly balanced place close to the base. So let's have a look around and see if there's a spot around here where we can get a bit of almost everything. Yeah, that looks like a... I don't know, that's a relatively good spot, and it has a lot of silicon. So let's grab you and just send you up there. And then dispatch to mine. Then I'll bring this vehicle and just send it to there. So that can start delivering. And I need to go in and make sure that the preferences are correct. So preferred resources here would be oxides, and that's the aluminium. I think we'll also do the medicine, the food, the organic. In fact, I think I have this all set up to do everything. So I'm going to just queue everything up. The only things that we're not going to collect here right now are the rare earths and the regolith. And maybe I'll exclude the ice for here. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, that one's set up. Let's have a look and check this one out. The preferences here are regolith and rare earths. And I might as well bring the ice through to here as well. Yeah, that looks good. And then for now, because these are no longer working, I'm going to get rid of these two belts and probably that one as well. In fact, I can take that out completely and delete that bin. And it looks like this one is almost empty. So I'll be able to delete that soon as well. And then hopefully once that's empty, this one will empty out faster. In fact, what I might do is just split it. So it does empty out very quickly. Okay, back out here. Are you mining? You are. And you're getting a fair balance, very little aluminium, but lots of silicon. Why am I getting so much iron? Man, hang on, let's stop. I have so much iron. I go to there. So send that one to mine over there. Maybe that will be better. This one can just move to here and that will be ready. So there aren't enough slots in here because each of these storages only allow you to store one item. Let's upgrade that. And upgrade it again since I can. So that will be able to hold 6,000 rare earth. The problem now is I'm not currently able to refine the regolith fast enough, and I don't have anywhere to send it. Well, I do now. So I'm going to start working on that. And I've got quite a lot of helium stored up in here as well. I'm going to need to start refining a lot faster. I've got enough power to get another regolith refinery in. Let's do that. Although it's not going to mean much if I've got nowhere to store the stuff, so we need to start emptying that out. And that means you, sir, can go from Outpost Bravo back to the base. And I want you to bring... Wait, hang on, let's just check. I don't want you bringing this or that. Wait, what was that? Wait, I do want you to bring that. I think that is the titanium. I don't want you to bring regolith back. But now where's the rare earth? And if I set a patrol, yes, that's on. Oh, hang on a second. Right, this is going to actually bring back stuff that I need to be able to make the storage. So we can. I don't want to set patrols for that though. Now, you know what? The first one's just going to bring the oxide back. We already have a truck. No, we don't have a truck for the helium yet. We'll sort that out. Maybe we'll add it to this truck later. We're just going to send this truck back and then find one that's close to base. That one's on its way. What are you doing? Nope, hang on. You are Aurora and you are currently doing very little. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Well, I'm going to set a route on this. Wait, hold on. Which? This is Hyperion, and that's Behemoth. Behemoth, set the route from Hyperion back to base. There we go. And that can be a patrol, so it just redoes that route constantly. And then we're just going to keep an eye on where it's delivering to. Looks like all the trucks are busy. Okay, so this one is going to come back to the base. I need some stuff delivered here, and that is that. So I'll pick that up with Cyclops when it gets back and send it up to do that. Alright, confusing myself a little bit. This truck is currently not carrying anything, so I'm going to cancel its task and just leave it outside the base. This one is just about to bring some stuff in. Let's head in and go and see where that all lands up. Oh, I need to switch the power on here. Right, it is working. It is coming to this base. Oh, happy days. And this will start filling up these boxes with everything. It would be nice if there was more light, but yep, there, everything is coming out. Perfect. Right, let's go and get a couple. What was that? Urgent contract? No, not worth it. I just feel like these moon missions aren't really worth it. I can do much better. Back here, I think I can get some more stuff going on in this area. So we're going to be looking for a bit of aluminium, and there's aluminium over here and there. Now if I go there, I'm getting a lot of aluminium and some titanium as well. A little bit of regolith. Actually, that looks like a good spot right there. So I'm going to grab this one, move it to there, and we'll just check before we do anything. Right, how are we doing with this truck? I may need to have more than one truck coming through from this top side. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's see, how's this doing? It's a little slow right now, but it will speed up eventually because we're going to get upgrades. Oh, I've got a contract here. Oh, this one. See that? 20 days have passed. And where am I on it? Where are you? Oh, almost there. Look at that. See, it was too far. And I mean, I've got this sped up, although I don't have upgrades sorted out. And it's used very little fuel as well. So that's not bad. Anyway, we'll score some more reputation points for it. We're already up to 95.2. Not bad. Not bad. Anything I'm over full with? Right now, steel looks like a bit of an issue. Nice. I got that. It didn't give me any reputation, just some cash. Yeah, it looks like steel is the big one. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that. Well, this is a little one that I can knock off pretty quickly. So let's do that. We'll accept it. Send the resources, and yeah, let's try. How much does this weigh? 4.8. Cool. We'll send it in that. So the big one on the flight control center, and then we can just head down here and open up the steel. Right. Yeah, there's a weird graphical thing going on here where it looks like it's flowing that way. I don't know if it's being picked up on the video, but it looks like it's flowing that way. It's actually flowing out. And this one is doing well.
Research complete.
Done. All complete. Since I am going to be still doing steel, let's just leave that and go and look for some more. Well, now that'll solve a problem or two and give me some green science. Let's do this one. Yeah, that looks good. Lots of reputation. I don't think I'm going to do that in 3 days because, yeah, no, I don't even think I might not even make the 8 days. Yeah, this is going to be 4 full loads. Well, it'll be tight. We're going to try it. And that is the last one. So 4 loads. Luckily, it's only the steel, so yeah, it's a possibility. If this thing decides it's going to land anytime soon. Look at that. It's filling up before the ship has even started coming in. Let's see how much it gets done before the ship arrives. Yeah, it's basically almost halfway to filling up before it lands. So that's good. Contract complete. Good. Research complete. RTG upgrade 2. Excellent. We go downstairs now and we have a look at these. They're doing 24 each. So that's 480 power. We just increased it by 80 just by doing that upgrade. There you go. Right, back upstairs. One of the ships was taken off already. We're looking at it's 10 days now, and the second one is about to come in. Let's see where we are on this delivery. Yep, that's fine. It is coming in. Right, the second one is about to lift off. That's good. Let's have a look at our research. And we are getting the storage, the outpost storage upgrade done. And then we'll do the Regolith refinery upgrade. That's going to need a lot of orange. In fact, they both do. Might need to do something, although we're getting a bit of orange. Let's see if we can buy some more science in. Yep, we'll get all the orange. Just like that. There we go. That's going to give us a nice push to the orange. Now, my plan, not sure if it'll work, but eventually I want to take down this outpost. Where is it? This outpost. It doesn't have a lot of benefit, really. Although there's some stuff stored here that I might have to get back to base. But it has very little in terms of helium. And because it was the first one that I did, don't know if it's terribly necessary to keep it. It's very small and it's very close, too close to be able to do anything significant. But I'm going to leave it for now as a tester, because what I'd like to do is turn this into a science spot. So I can send scientists out there, set up living quarters and all that. Wonder if I can do a life support module and a science module already. But now, yeah, I could. I've got 13. I've got 13 power. Let's have a look at the cost. This is 8, this is 10. That's 18. So I'll need to either upgrade the Outpost RTG or build another solar thing. Yeah, I could. Fine, we'll get there. Right now, I'm interested. Oh, hang on. This stuff has arrived, has it? Yep, we have Regolith. We have the oxides, we have the slag in here. So that works. It actually delivers where it's supposed to. Now, if I was to have a truck delivering rare earths and oxides, which I don't know if I can do or not, would it stop at 2 places? That I don't know. Oh good, we've got an empty bucket. Let us add a little piece of belt over here and build, and let that split, and then I can start doing some dismantling. So that belt goes, and then we delete that. Good, this area is going to clear out. I'm going to get rid of the unnecessary belts. This one is not necessary. Right now we've got an input and the output goes. Is that an output? No, it's not. That's another input, which I don't really want. So this is going. This needs to go in like a circular route. I'm going to need to figure that out. Right now this is filling up from that end. I can add more if I need to, but it'll bring everything back to here. And then I'm going to have to feed it in. I might need another elevator. I could use this one. In fact, I probably will use this one. Yeah. Let's just go downstairs and see how good they are. I don't like it that it pulls you back to the elevator when you change the location view. Yeah, this will work. This will work. Should be fine. So I think this one up here, I'm going to change the slag to the other one. And then this one will deal only with the oxides. And then the oxide buckets will go over here. What have we... Ooh, these all finished, aren't they? Okay. We need to keep things moving here. So I'm going to wait until this passes by. And then I'll connect this belt with the rare earths back in here. It'll save me some money on belts. But I can already start removing these. So let's do that and that. Alright, good. Those all being taken down. Contract complete. There we go. Got some green. Need to pump up the orange again. Let us go in here. We can do this one. Okay. We'll get rid of some more belt. Yeah, there's a joint there, so we can get rid of that. In fact, it might be past. It has. So we'll bring this one in here. Build. And then dismantle that. I just got to get rid of that junction. Good. And actually, I'm going to get rid of that and just connect this line straight into there. All done. And there's not very much coming in yet. Need to get back up top and go and... which one was it that I was doing? This one? Hang on. Looking for a lot of rare earth. I could have just got one just specifically for rare earth. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do that. I'm going to send Solstice over to here. Move to there. That's very close to the base as well. And then we have a truck. This one is mining. No, it's not. Make sure that I've got it in a good spot. Yeah, it's sort of what I was looking for. Mainly aluminium, titanium, and a bit of rare earth. Yeah, that's fine. So you, being Strider, will service the Huron. So Strider from the Huron to the base. And patrol. Why can I not patrol? Alright, wait. That's not right. If I set it from the Huron, I can't. Hang on. There's something weird going on here. Huron is definitely... Oh, I need to start the extraction maybe. Yeah, because there was nothing in it. Alright, now maybe it'll work. So Huron to base. Yeah, there we go. Patrol. Good. That'll get that going. So the idea of these ones is basically just to keep our refiners at the base operating. What are you doing? Cyclops is idle because Cyclops needs to go to the base. I need to set, but it doesn't. I need to do this. Not Behemoth. Come on, I want Cyclops. Set a route from the base to Outpost Bravo. And I want you to pick up the materials like that I need to do the building with. So that and that and that. All of these good things. And that is everything, I think. I don't want it to bring Regolith or rare earths. Let's assign that. If we go on to the top now, let's have a look. Okay, there's a truck coming out of there. Oh, that one is going to be going into there. I'm expecting to see other trucks. I'd like to see multiple trucks working in the base all at the same time. Hang on a second. Where did all this stuff go to? I haven't got anything plugged in down there. Have I? Oh, I do. I have all of these plugged in. So, alright, good. These are now collecting Regolith. So as soon as things start running out here, I can just switch over, plug these ones in to these two, and that'll work. Good. Right, the Solstice is still moving to the spot to pick up the rare earths. Right there. Need more rare earths than that. Why am I only getting like... Well, I suppose that's 47% over there is the best. Yeah, it's right in the middle of that hotspot. Yeah, it doesn't look like it gets too much better than about there. Yeah, this is the primary focus of this one will be the rare earths. It'll bring in a little bit of the other stuff as well. You are mining and you're getting a fairly good spread. Very nice. Urgent contract. It's on Earth. Couple of little bits and pieces. We get some reputation and some science points. And I can definitely deliver that in 10 days. I will accept. Let's go and send the goods. And it's very small, so I'll put it on a normal landing pad with a small orbiter. And send. How are we doing here? This one is emptying out. Good. This area will be clear very soon. Although this is not where the major storage for the oxides is going to be. That will be downstairs. Right, contract completed. Good. Let's have a look at where we are with our sciences. I need more orange. Definitely. A lot more. So we'll keep grabbing that one. And let's see if I can find any contracts with orange science. Send the resources. Fill the order and send. And then there was another one for the... Hold on, where are they? They are. These guys. And this one, in fact, I could maybe do both of these. I like this one though. 400 for 10 days. I still have lots of microcircuits, so yep. Send those resources. It's 4,700, so I'm going to have to do 2 small orbiters. And that is done. And then if I go back, yeah, I think I'm going to do this one as well. We'll get ourselves a little bit more blue. And lots of orange. And that will be the Courier X. For that, send it. Right, I'm not really worried about time frames. All of those will be loaded extremely quickly. So let's start planning the offloading of our oxides. So I'm going to need 4 of the bulk storage boxes, maybe 5. So maybe I'll leave this one over here. I'm not even going to leave space between them because they're basically going to run that way. And just like that. Okay, we've finished all of those contracts and we've got good production. Excellent. And we're up to almost 10 million. Not too shabby. So first one, we'll just select according to the list. Titanium, iron, silicon, and aluminium. And then this one will just, that'll change to become slag, I think. I think it'll work out pretty nicely. That means I need to start bringing belts out. So I'm not going to bring them too far out. And now that I have belts, I can do the resources. So titanium for the first one. This will be iron. This will be silicon. And this one will be aluminium. And if I line all of these up nicely, this should go there. Awesome. And I'm going to bring that out to there and up into there. This one to there. And this one all the way up to there. Super. Build all of that. And everything comes out and it is all loading. Right. See, it's doing that again. It looks like it's flowing out. Yeah, it's just the speed and probably the way the sprite is loading. Anyway, that's fine. It's working. And we have a vehicle coming in. What are you bringing? Oh, you're just bringing the helium. So I already have helium output over on this side. Let's see. Ooh, suddenly got dark. I might have to just play around with this side a little bit because this is sort of splitting the helium right now. It's fine. It doesn't need to go downstairs anymore. So I'm going to take the helium off. Wait. This line actually needs to be the helium. This needs to wrap around and come into this container. So a little bit of slowdown. I think we'll just pause it. I will dismantle conveyors. Oops, that could be bad. Now this is the line that flows back in. So we will connect that to there, and build. Yep, that works. Now I don't need this one to tie into this anymore, so this can go. I'll bring this out. See how close we can get. No, we need to go one further out over here. And then run this up. And then I'll bring it back into there. Build that. And then make sure that this one knows that it is supposed to be only slag. So I have to deselect all of these manually. Is there a way to do this? Control, Alt, no. Shift, no. It would be nice if there's ways to select all, select none. That would be cool. Anyway, for now, that's the only one I want. Slag. And that is good. And then on this side, this is going to be pretty much everything except for the oxides and the slag. Okay. Just double checking. I think I got that right. Cool. And then when that goes downstairs, has the slag come through? It has not. Do we have slag in here? We do. Why is the slag not coming out? Because this isn't set to slag, but it is empty. That's really good news. It means I can break this belt and I can change this one to slag. And if I play, there's the slag and it'll come through. And then it goes. Perfect. So now I need to reroute the belt. We'll send this one to join up over here. On the input line, I'll build that. And then on this junction box, I'm going to have to deselect everything here. Because right now, the only stuff that goes downstairs from here will be organics, food, and medicine. Now, I have a helium box down there as well. I could send it down. But nah. I'll also deselect all the regolith, oxides, and rare earths. Because everything we want coming out of this side needs to be able to go into those storages without blocking things up. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'll just upgrade these belts. If you hover over a junction and you hold down shift, it upgrades everything that's connected to that junction. So it makes it easy. There we go. All sorted. Research complete. Outpost storage upgrade. Sweet. And our monthly report all looks good. So let's route our slag in first. I'll grab a belt over here and I'm going to bring it straight through. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring it down because it'll need to pop in there. I think that's the spot. If that goes straight through, it does. Awesome. And I can bring that and put it into there. Build that. That also means that I can use this lift a little more wisely, in fact, because I probably don't need this line anymore, that junction either, or this one, and then I can move this line as well a little bit over so that I can squeeze something in here. Right, let's do this, and we'll do it with upgraded lines. So that can come out by one more and head up right next to these and across and into that one. Okay, so that's the slag. I'll build that. Now I can then also use this to take slag downstairs. Next step is to get the oxides down. So we'll bring this down, run it through this way and into there. This one will come down like that and plug into here. Good. Keeping everything nice and tight so I got space to build anything that I might need up here. That will then plug into there. And the last one, I think the aluminium it is, bring that down to there, bring it up and plug it in. And that is 1.6 million. Boom, there goes my nice balance. And we are getting oxides coming through. Very, very nice. Now let's just have a look at where we are. We are almost at the next Outpost Regolith refinery. That is the last upgrade on that Regolith refinery. And I want to see if there's anything more important than the MDR cargo upgrade and the drone battery upgrade. I don't really think so. We could do the multi-Regolith refinery upgrade too. And maybe, but it's not urgent as yet. I think I'm going to queue this one up for more outpost building slots. That's going to take up quite a lot of blue, but we're ahead on the blue, so I'm happy with that. And then finally, I'm going to get to these battery upgrades. There they are. So increases the battery capacity or increases the output. I think right now the capacity is maybe a better one. So we'll queue that up. Good. Everything's looking pretty nice up here now. Let's have another look at our storages. Make sure that nothing is... Ooh, it looks like the fuel is going to start... Nah, we've got a bit of space. We've got some time. This is okay as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Yep, this is filling up very quickly. All in all, we look okay. We're not going to block up the system just yet. Right, downstairs. How are we doing with emptying out these? Not very well, but I can get rid of a couple of belts. This one I'm going to take out because that was reserved for the ice, but I think I'm going to do the ice somewhere else now. This is the slag. That's actually a good thing. I need to keep an eye on our slag. Yeah, we're still doing okay. And we're doing... Ooh, nice. Oh, good. We almost backed up on this. Because I was thinking of maybe doing another building like this. But maybe it's not necessary unless I decide to upgrade these. You know what? I think I can switch this one on. I think we're producing enough now that we can run 4 of them. Hey, look at that. We have some nanotubes as well now. Cool. But I am thinking that I'm going to produce nanotubes a bit differently because we can do them with just oxides and rare earth. But more importantly, we can do the duralumin plates. That means we won't need as much rare earth and aluminium. We'll use some aluminium oxide but no rare earths to make the duralumin plates. That means having less rare earth is actually going to be fine. We'll still use it, but actually come to think of it, I'm not sure where we would use it. I don't think anything else actually uses duralumin plate. Yeah, there's something that uses it to make composites. I don't think I want to go down that road. Yeah, rare earth elements in microcircuits and in duralumin plates. That's basically it. So if I can have that dedicated to the microcircuits, I could push up production of other things like these, which I'm not really having a problem with. But if I can get more silicon, I can make more microprocessors by having more machines added onto here. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud. Right now I'm really hoping that we can empty this slot out. What do we have here? Just slag. That needs to get removed. And we still have so much that we have to offload. 188k of Regolith still here that we have to offload before we can start doing this. That's fine. We'll be ready when when these empty out, we'll be ready for that. And eventually all of these belts inside are going to go because I won't need these miners. I'll be getting everything from the surface. And these are going to run out anyway. Although this one says it still has 30,000 units. And this one, yeah, this one will go 7,900 units. That'll go pretty soon. Yep, we'll eventually get rid of all these lines that are hanging out all over the place. Get all of our conveyors straightened out and looking good too. Alright, couple more things to break down over here. So we had Cyclops run that route. And I'm going to try and automate it. So from Outpost Bravo back to base. Yeah, you see it still doesn't show... Yeah, it doesn't show the rare earths here. Alright, well if I hit patrol, nothing's going back. Oh, there it is. So it will take it. And we'll just deliver everything, I suppose, including the helium. And let's see if it splits, because it would need to drop off. Although I don't want regolith. I do want the rare earths, and I want the oxides and the slag. Let's assign that route and see what it does. Because I want to know if it's going to drop off some at one cargo dock and some at another. Right, Cyclops, wait, you're not carrying the rare earths. Darn it. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit of a pain, eh? Little bit. So we've still got rare earth. Oh, it's not here anymore. Right, interesting. So it must be on the truck, but it just doesn't show it. Or maybe it's because it needs to go to a second dock. I don't know. Yep, we'll just keep an eye on that one. I do need to get rid of some of those control units. So let's see if there's any way we can do control units. 140, that's actually quite good. But that's, I don't know, I'd get a lot more money for the control units elsewhere. And this one's not available to us. So control units, right there. If I was to sell 35, you see, that's 600,000. Why would I want to give it away for 175,000? Other than for that science, which is 400 for 90 days. And I have lots of carbon fiber now, so yeah, okay. I'm going to do that one. Total weight 6,300. So it'll be the Courier X, send, and then this will be Orbiter S1, full order. Is that everything? Send. That was everything. Okay, well, we're going to get some more science. I need more orange science. We'll pop that in again, and then go and have a look at our science. Yeah, we're looking good. Probably could do with a little bit of extra blue. Although I'm fairly far ahead on blue with like that one. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. In case anyone didn't notice, I did put a third electrolysis plant in here just to make sure that we were getting oxygen, because we were at that stage just tipping over the 20 consumption and 20 production. So I've added another one in now. We are safe on that. Water, we are still good. But we have this vehicle. Who are you? Solstice? I think you were going to be doing... Well, let me just check. You were going to do rare earths, right? Yes. So if I click on you and I say... Well, I mean, that's just going to show me the history. I'll start extraction over here. And then this dude is not doing anything. Strider, you are doing nothing. So I'm going to set a route from Solstice to base and patrol. Assign. And hopefully we get quite a lot of rare earths. Let's see how it's doing. Yes, well, almost as much rare earth as Regolith. That's pretty nice. And we're getting a fair bit of good stuff in there, so that's fine. Awesome. Contract completed. Yep, getting lots of orange. So while I'm waiting for things to happen, someone in the comments asked for a bit of a tour. What have we got here? Nothing serious. Someone in the comments asked for a tour. So I'm going to do this slowly and try and do it all in one take. But we have various mines. We've used up a whole bunch of mines. And we basically start at the elevator downstairs. So at the elevator, I have drone reconfiguration to make our drones into miners. And then we've got these ones to turn the drones into cargo drones, which carry more. Right, so that's that. This area in front is basically our elevators. And we have a whole bunch of stuff coming into the elevators, going upstairs and into our upstairs storage. Over here we have our building, and our building contains an area for eating. There's food, there's the medical station, and I have a couple of boxes coming in from upstairs with medicine and food. I have a little entertainment room that I'm busy working on. It has a bar and a canteen. We've got 2 bedrooms. I have this room which is creating all the organics with mushroom farms that have been upgraded. Almost to the max, I think. Yep. And then those feed the organic into the carbon fiber producing area over here. Moving over here down to the Regolith refinery, I've got all the Regolith coming in on a couple of lines, and I've split them so that we got 3 machines of each. And they basically just send all of the resources back up, all the oxides. They go into these boxes and then head out. And then we got slag, which is feeding slag out, first of all, to our concrete producer over here. And then any excess will go, as you can see, I've set a priority to go this way, because that also feeds into our mushroom farms up here. So now we basically just follow the lines. First thing that comes off is the silicon, and that goes into the concrete makers, smart concrete manufacturers. And it also splits off and goes into the silicon production. So these smelters produce the silicon from the silicon oxide, and that then comes out, and that goes splitting into storage and into other processes. Going further down the line, I should probably look at the titanium production first. So the titanium oxide comes in here, titanium is produced, that gets split, some goes to other processes, some goes to storage, and then it also splits in this direction coming through here to make the titanium plates in these machines. Following the line further down, we've got our iron smelters, a whole bunch of them. They go out over here to storage and to production. The production, there's basically just one thing that you make, and that's the components that are made over here. We have an urgent contract. It's on Earth. I can do that. So let's accept and just knock it off quickly. We'll send those resources, fill that order, send, fill, and that will be changed to a small orbiter and send. Perfect. Okay, back to where we were. Then we've got the aluminium smelter. The aluminium smelter takes in the aluminium oxide, which is coming in on this line, produces the aluminium. The aluminium heads off to storage and other processes. One of those processes being down here, which is with ice to make fuel. And we have a couple of fuel generators over here for backup power in case we need it. The other aluminium heads off in that direction to, I think, the duralumin plate. Yep, that's right. Okay, so back over here. So we've got the iron and the titanium feeding into this process to make the components. We have the rare earths coming in from way over on that side into here, into the rare earth element processes. So it takes the rare earth minerals, turns it into rare earth elements. They do their split off to storage and other processes. One of those processes being microcircuits. We have a microcircuit facility that takes in silicon and rare earth elements, and it spits out the microcircuits. That goes to storage and also into two other processes. One of them is this that makes these modular, what are they called? These modular terminals, and also further up to make the microprocessors. So that brings us to the end of this line. Going up here, modular terminals being made over here, duralumin plate being made with aluminium and rare earth elements, modular frames being made with titanium plates and concrete, which is coming over from that side. Then we have our microprocessors over here being made from silicon and microcircuits. And finally, we have our nanotubes, which are currently being made over here, and they're being made with silicon and carbon fiber. And the carbon fiber, as you saw, is being made in this building from the organics. It is also being split at some point to be sent upstairs for storage, right over here. But I have set all of these boxes to have a little bit in them in case there's stuff needed downstairs for building. So our robots don't have to go all the way up to the top storage to bring stuff down into this downstairs area. Control units, and this one's making composites. I've got the composites switched off at the moment because I was trying to save up the nanotubes. We need a better way to make nanotubes, and we found one. Anyway, so that I think is pretty much the downstairs covered. Upstairs, we have all of our solar panels, we have all of our batteries, we have our repeater, we have our tech center, yep, tech center, small vehicle manufacturing, large vehicle manufacturing, which I think I'm going to get an ice harvester built right now. Now that I have all the nanotubes, I want to get one done at least. Over here we have our landing pads, regular landing pads. This is the elevator, obviously. Got a little charging station for our robots. And I've got one downstairs as well. These little storage pads that I haven't really bothered to take away, but they are a relic of the early game. Then I have the elevators. Let's spin around, and I have the elevators from downstairs bringing stuff up, and they are merging onto a line that goes straight down the middle of the storage. And pretty much everything that I'm making can be stored in here. And I have a previous episode where I go through how this is all set up, but basically if we have a look at one, we can extend it by adding another box on and then changing this conveyor to feed into the last box, which feeds everything back to the first box. And I'm feeding stuff out here that I don't need to be feeding out, so I'm going to close that one. So basically in default settings, these two, so coming down the line to the output that goes to feed the flight control center and the expedition center, those two are always switched off unless you are sending something, in which case the middle one is set to be open by just unlocking it. Otherwise, if things are coming down, this is all closed and these items will be able to bypass this without interfering. I couldn't really think of a better way to set it up, and it seems to work fine. And currently there isn't really a way to automate things properly. Anyway, cargo dock, this one has now been repurposed and it is bringing in the oxides and the slag and other bits and pieces from expeditions that we'll be able to drop off, feed downstairs, or feed into the storage. Then we have our flight center. Then we have our flight control center, expedition center. We have our railgun. We finished that contract, which is nice. And then down here we have the incoming cargo dock for Regolith and rare earths. And that basically just feeds into these boxes, which then take it downstairs. What's going on here? What are you carrying? I can't catch it. I need to pause. What are you carrying? Going to elevator, but for what purpose? Getting resources. I think I need to follow these guys from... Okay, wait, they changed their minds. You are going where? Okay, you're leaving. Let's see, what do we have in here? Empty storage there, and this one, that's just offloading the regolith that came in. Perfect. Up on the moon surface, we have 2 outposts. This was our first one, Alpha Outpost. There's some stuff stored in here that I'm going to have to pick up at some point. But I'm not going to have a lot of helium here for very long, so I'm thinking of converting this to a science base because you can have science outposts. So yeah, that's probably going to happen there. And then the other outpost, the beta outpost, that is collecting regolith and it has a refiner which I can now upgrade. So let's see if that works any better. Oh good, we've got more space for oxides. That's nice. Okay, why are you flashing at me now? No energy. Ah, why? I'm 35 short all of a sudden. Oh, because now this uses more. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, how are we doing on that research? We've done it all. Nah, it can't be. Outpost RTG upgrade is all done. I can't upgrade it anymore. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm going to have to use up... Oh gosh, I don't have slots for it. I might have to stop one of these from working. Although it can just sit there and not work. Or do I have to remove it completely? If I do, I think the materials stay here. And when I'm ready to build it again... Okay, let's remove that one. We'll demolish it. Yeah, so all the resources stay here. That's fine. So once I've unlocked these 2, I'll be able to put some more power in. Yeah, these outpost RTGs are not very cool. Anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to have to see how I configure that. And by removing that one, I've actually reduced the amount of oxide I can store. Where's my truck? There should be a truck coming to pick up more. Maybe it's down at the base. Yep, there it is. And it is carrying all of that good stuff. And I missed whether it dropped off the rare earths. I don't know if it even had any. I might need to set up another truck for that. Although I didn't see any at the outpost. Alright, the storage is... Yeah, definitely didn't drop it down here. Hey, look at that. We've got an ice harvester. Anyway, it does look like we have multiple vehicles in the base at the same time. So that's pretty cool. Definitely an improvement. So this ice harvester is going to go and wait outside and it's going to sit doing nothing for quite a while. Because I don't really have any plans for it as yet. But I do want to check one thing. We have the ability to add more. And can one of them be an ice harvester? Oops. No. Hey, look at that. It only does helium harvesters. Interesting. Alright, well the ice harvester will be a separate thing then. Okay, so our oxides are stored up here. They will go downstairs. I'm going to get that all prepared between episodes. So try and have all of these buckets over here emptied out. That one's done, so I can get rid of that. I want to clear this area because this is where I will deal with obviously the slag coming up and slag coming down in case I need it. And then also the oxides, which I will then feed across these lines. I'll duck these lines under because eventually these will be the ones that will be removed. Another urgent contract? No, I'm not going to do moon things. Not until I've upgraded my trucks quite a lot. Yeah, and we'll be able to make the high-tech factory and a different way to make duralumin plates, possibly a manufacturer as well, with a new way to make nanotubes. I'll just have to root some of the rare earth minerals up. Anyway, it looks like we're doing okay with them. We do have rare earth in stock. We have our truck. Where are you, buddy? You are heading back to this machine that has rare earth in stock. Very nice. But that is where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And tell me what you think of my layout. I mean, I probably could have done it better. I don't know. Yeah, the one thing that I'm a little limited with is the extension of the silicon production. But honestly, I haven't even upgraded all of these. So yeah, they could handle a lot more. And considering that most of the oxides will now come from outposts and not from our own refineries, I think the way I play from now on is going to be different. Oh, and I did build this so that I could scan this piece of ice because it wanted me to scan it. Now that's done, I can pop in here and just delete that. Don't need it? Good. I'm almost tempted to cut off all of these mines, although I'm getting like free material from them and I'm not struggling for CPU or power. So yeah, I think I'm going to I'll break these lines and duck them under the lines that come in from the oxides. And then I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to route my ice. Because it turns out you don't need to be producing a heck of a lot to do well in this game. I think my little setup is doing fine. But yeah, we'll continue. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!